Welcome back, everybody, to a Game of Thrones, and more importantly, to the adventures of King Aemon the Bookworm of the Rivers and the Hills. I was really annoyed. I actually noticed this while I was set to say, look at how close we are to being able to forge up bloodline with this guy. It's a real shame that he's not going to be up there in the sort of classic House Mud history here, along with Christopher Mudd, what was his name? The Hammer of Justice, and then the original Mudd bloodline founder there. Why do we not have that? Oh, we need to be brave for that. Yeah, I remember now. That's a real shame that this guy is not going to go down in history. As far as I'm concerned, in our hearts, he always will be, because this is the guy that has cemented, I hope, the old gods remaining in Westeros for hopefully some time. Now, I do kind of like the strategy. I haven't looked around a little bit. I do kind of like the strategy for us marrying into these other houses and trying to keep them alive, just as we've done with House Stark by marrying off our Sun potting mix there over to Lannister Stark. Now, what that's actually enabled us to do, if we go to the north here, and if we go to the current Lord Paramount, Lord Medgar II of Narrow Seer's Tower, that very noble house that I'm sure we're all very familiar with, we can actually declare war on him. Not only can we press the claim for our son's wife, but we can actually press the claim for the north for our grandson, Rickon Stark. How cool is that? We could actually put a Stark back in Winterfell, back on the north, and that would give us an ally for life right there. You gotta remember, this guy also has our bloodline, so it's essentially like putting House Mudd, to some extent, on the throne of the north. We could always try and do that with the Mountain of the Vale as well. House Royce, of course, were the original, the original rulers of the Mountain of the Vale. Are there even... Now, normally House Royce remain landed, but it looks as if they've been... kicked out here. Let's go to the history of the Vale and sort of see if we can... Not the Vale. Okay, let's go to the history of whatever they are right now. There we are. So, House Royce, there we are. Robar Royce. 9 living members. Oh, wow. They become unlanded in the meantime. They look like they have. Oh, shit. Oh, no, wait. They came back a little bit. All right, yeah. No, looks like they've lost their... Oh, they are still landed. Okay, cool. Where are you guys? They have turned their back on the glorious faith of the old gods. But, oh, what is going on with their symbol there, then? High Lordship of Runestone, right, okay, I see. They are Valemen, which is Andals. They've converted not only to the Andal culture, but they have, of course, converted to the Andal religion as well. We might want to try and marry into them. We might want to restore them back under the condition that they flip back to those old first man ways. I don't know. I think that one might be a lot of work. But, of course, we can do that for a lot of other places as well. So, one thing that was brought up on Discord was potentially marrying into the House of Castamere and putting the Castameres, the Rains, House Rain, back on the seat of the Westerlands, for example. And I think if we have a look around here, I think it's probably going to be the same thing. So, House Rain are currently... They've lost their land. They are just... Oh, my God. How disrespectful to poor House Rain here. Dropped all the way down to just being Faith of the Seven Septums. So we could actually try and marry into them. So Walter Rain there, obviously, with the Rain bloodline, too. Maybe marry into these guys. That could be kind of fun, and then try and put those guys back on their sons. But, of course, this is going to be a long-term play, so I won't go into too much more detail, but that could be something we could set up here. And speaking of things that we've set up here, I thought I'd sort of had an idea that, you know, and I sort of put this to you guys yesterday about potentially adding some sort of conversion mechanic, because right now we have no control whatsoever over the Andal invasion. We have no control over their religion or their culture coming in. We have no control over our vassals. Sure, we can call them for trial and potentially find them guilty and then revoke their stuff, but that's a lot of hurdles. I figured if we fall into the right sort of prerequisites, I've added an option here whereby we can demand the reconversion of people who are Andal, who are nobles, and also First Man culture. They have to be both First Man and Andal. If they are Andal culture and Andal religion, we can't do it. It has to be a reconversion, so convince them to come back to the old god ways. Now, unlike demanding conversion in the base game, this is very risky. We risk turning these guys permanently against us. It also costs 200 piety per person. And of course, we don't make piety particularly quickly right now as an unreformed, essentially random religion that's being stomped out here. So, this is a very costly thing and should only be done as a very last resort against very high value vassals. So, if I use against this guy, for example, we're only going to be able to use it once more after that. And it does say 50% chance of no effect. Ignore that. It's just a game being weird. But this will be depending on lots of different things. So, for example, if they are a knight, then they are more likely to, because they've been, as it says, they're awed and blessed by a septon. If they are a knight, then they are more likely to hold on to their religion. If they are zealous, they're more likely to hold on to their religion. Conversely, if we are kind, or if they have a high opinion of us, which we are kind there as well, if we have wrath, that can be another reason why they might want to convert, because they might fear us. There's a lot of different things we have to consider if we want to do this. And again, it's not really useful to do it against like a random count there. We'd probably want to use it against a very powerful duke that we have kicking around. House Tully here, for example, because they are Andal culture and Andal religion, we have no option. But I think if we go over to these guys, oh, they're already first man. Okay, that solved my problem here. So these guys are first man faith is 7, but because they hate us, the chance of these guys converting is going to be extremely low. Oh, we could just straight up call him for trial, huh? What did he do wrong again? I think he tried to rebel and then... Oh, I think we tried to break us out and then he went for rebellion. And now we have to call him for trial again. So a little bit odd, but we'll go for it anyway. Okay, let's do it. Lord Harston Bracken has demanded a trial by court, which Lord Arwen Winterdust shall oversee. What an incredible name. Shall interrogate him now. I believe this is somewhat based on diplomacy, isn't it? Our guy made a poor case because he's just garbage. Ruthless, and then he's got 5 diplomacy. Incredible stuff. Made a poor case, but he's already been found guilty. Excellent. Does that mean we can revoke his title? What can we do now? We walked through the streets naked and then back to his cells. Incredible. Can we now revoke his title? No, because I guess he didn't technically rebel. Maybe he rebelled because we revoked his title. I have no idea, but it's going to be very difficult to revoke his titles. We're still in that situation. Now, we could always, on the flip side, use that conversion mechanic I've added to our advantage. It will obviously piss them off if we send them a conversion request and they refuse it. They'll obviously be quite mad with us for trying to convince us to, or for us trying to convince them to turn against their religion. Now, that could also work in our advantage. You know, if we ask too many people to convert, they could end up making faction and going into rebellion. As long as we are a martial powerhouse, we could potentially obviously crush those rebellions and have a reason to... Well, it's essentially like antagonizing, right? So we could actually play it to our advantage if we wanted to. See, I'm a little bit torn because the guy's 67 and there are certain other things we can actually try and do here. So we could even try and swing for that 5,000 prestige bloodline, if it even is in the Game of Thrones, but I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. We can use our society to that advantage. You know, we could work our way up through the society, try and gain a lot of prestige from that, see if we can just quickly rush down that bloodline. I'm kind of tempted to go for the hunting focus. Gives us that little bit of health bonus. If we get the hunting dog as well, we get another tiny little bit of health bonus. Might keep us alive, you know, a couple more years that we might need to be able to forge that bloodline. Now, the other thing as well, a lot of you have pointed out, is that we've got this ambition to obtain a Valyrian steel sword. Now, we can fulfill that by just, you know, hijacking a Valyrian steel sword, taking one from a prisoner, capturing some guy in battle and taking it from him. Or... there is apparently, if you have an ancestral steel sword, as House Mud does, what was it, Mother's Grief, I think it was? Whatever it was that was, let's have a look. Yeah, Mother's Grief, that was it. We could potentially find that again if we are a member of House Mud, and if that sword no longer exists. So I'm not sure how long it takes on average for this event to fire, but maybe just with a couple more years, it might be enough for us to uncover that ancestral Valyrian steel sword. I mean, we can always do it again with many of our other characters, but this would be such a cool little finishing touch on this guy's already quite epic story. I want to give him the best chance possible, but I almost think that we're trying to do too much with him. Like, it'd be a real shame to start the event or get really close to this 5,000 prestige and for it to not happen. We've had reports of a mass escaping of slaves fleeing in the grasp of the Valyrian freehold. Oh, wow, I know what this is. The slaves rebelled on their way from Valyria to a new colony, took control of ships and turned in a direction unknown to Valyrian fleets. The owners of the ships report that amongst the slaves were a group of slave women from the lands of Jogos Nai called Moonsingers. So that is going to be the founding of Braavos, thanks. Of course, the local Braavosi religion is the Moonsingers, which is actually from all the way over the other side of the map here. This is where normally where the Jogos Nai are. Apparently, Yeezy have decided to swallow all of that up. And then, of course, Braavos is all the way up here, and that explains sort of that relation there. Wow, so that might be the first steps to the founding of the city of Braavos. I have no idea if there is a way for potentially this to fail, or if there is something that can interrupt it, or maybe Braavos can have something quite different. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. That could be very, very interesting. Hey, nice, there we go. Our training is over. We have gained, at long last, skilled fighters. Did we not start with that? Oh, no. I remember we started with trained fighter, then we got regressed back down, despite the fact apparently we increased our fighting skill, and now we've worked our way back up to skilled fighter. I mean, if we'd have actually started with this, if we'd actually progressed up to this, oh, that gives us health +1. Oh, damn, that could be good. So all of this, I assume, is just sort of very temporary stuff. Yeah, okay, that actually could be a lot bigger than I thought. I just assumed it would be a sort of superfluous, little bit of personal combat there, but no, that is actually super relevant for our guy then. We don't really have we don't have the health bonus tooltip in this one. So we've got, health +1 from that, health +1 from this one. We've obviously got the 0.5 as well. Let's assume we start with 5 health as well. This guy could live a little bit longer. I don't think we'll live much past 75. I don't think we'll even hit 70, to be honest. It's very rare for that to happen in CK2, but it gives us a good few years to actually try and get that few extra. I mean, we only need 500 points prestige. What can I do to get that? I I know, we have quite enough for courtiers already, thank you. We need things like tournaments. We need things like, oh, craft a werewolf weapon, obviously. We can actually try and get that back. Oh my god, we can't. Oh, we can craft another spear. Right, okay, thank god for that. I thought we'd lost the option because we'd already done it. Let's hold a melee. Let's hold tournaments. Those things will give us lots of prestige, right? Let's go for, there we go, a grand tournament. 300 gold. We're basically turning gold into prestige here. We only need to do a very few couple of other things. We might actually be able to forge this bloodline. Paradox just announced Crusader Kings 3, and it just booted me from the game so they could update it and put a trailer in it. Thanks, Paradox. Very cool. I hope we haven't lost much progress. I apologize if we've just lost like 3 months worth of progress. You can literally blame Paradox for that one. That's their fault. Right, let's see what happened with our tournament in the end. So we're still at 400. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's... We've actually lost... Oh, my God. Right, there we go. We're back to having our skilled fighter with our Weirwood Spear and whatever else. Now, unfortunately, during the feast after the tournament that we set up to get a little bit of extra prestige, our son Soil Mud has demanded to duel his rival, Willem and Tully. I mean, this is a proof of his honor. This would be the proof of our dynasty superiority, if anything else. Who did he marry? Oh, right, he married him off that powerful one. I remember, that was pretty good. I'll allow the duel, seeing that as our son Prince Soil has 57 martial and Lord Williman of Riverrun there, the enemy House Tully, the turncoats House Tully, -2. Allow the duel. Allow the duel. My son, kill him. Oh my god, Craven. He backed out of the duel. He refused to fight. That's nice. That was a good political play right there. We've just made him out to be a complete coward. Hopefully his own vassals will turn against him at this stage. Right, so how the hell are we going to get the other 350 prestige we need for the remainder of this bloodline, if we could do it? That's the only goal I want to clear off with this guy now. Okay, let's try and rank up. Ask for the duel. I'm going to skip it. Let's just roll the dice on it. We've got higher personal combat than this guy anyway, so let's just see if we can get lucky here. Nice. Oh, that's really good. Okay, there's another 50 prestige down, and we're now leader of the society once again, where we deserve to be. We'll let this guy duel our rival. Why the hell not? Well, apparently we don't like one of them, so hopefully the guy that we dislike dies. You try and hold a grand hunt. There's a chance that... Oh my god. Commissioning a sepulchre always gives a bonus to prestige, doesn't it? I think it's a flat 100 prestige, so we'll go for that next thing, as that will be the next one we can afford. If not, we'll try the hunt. We'll probably go on a foreign tour, despite the fact that we're 68. Okay, fair enough. I suppose you're never too old. You have decided to commission a runestone. So even if, sorry, sepulchre, obviously there's a difference. Even if we don't get ourselves a fancy bloodline, we can at least raise a stone to speak of the glorious King Aemon, who defeated the Andal invaders and reunited the glorious rivers and the hills. Let it speak of me. Christopher already has enough. We already know enough about Christopher. It must say I had the strength of 10 men. It must say the importance of being kind to others. It will mention the greatness and epic deeds I have performed. Absolutely it should. This man has every right to be proud, given everything he's achieved for this dynasty and this realm. The sepulchre you commissioned has been finished and raised on the spot you chose for it. You examine the inscription. King Aemon the Great of House Mud, who favoured the son of Christopher and raised this likeness to honour the legacy of his famous deeds. That's written so weirdly. In the world of men, no one was his equal. You know what? I think that's fair. It's perfect. We gain 300 prestige. That, my friends, is enough to... Oh my god, but I don't think we can cancel this, can we? We can, but not for another 2 years. Would I rather try and increase the... Obviously, you know, we can only go for this Valyrian Steel if we have the... Or there's only a chance of the event firing to get our ancestral Valyrian Steel if we have this going. So we've got a choice now. Do we want to give this 2 years and then cancel it and go for a bloodline instead? Or do we want to keep the ambition going in the hopes that eventually it will fire for us? That's a great question. Oh god, I've been reading to the legend that claim that death is not something a true believer should be afraid of. 50% chance of becoming stressed, but we will lose... Oh my god, we lose all of our negative traits. Wait, what, really? Oh my god, wow, that's insane. I would say negative traits, obviously. Proud wasn't such a bad thing there, but we lose slothful, more importantly. So our guy read the legends of the old gods and realized, hang on a minute, I need to get my head out of the sand here if I really want to live in the afterlife. I don't know I don't know much about the old gods' lore, I will admit. I mean, we claim to have united the rivers and the hills, but quite clearly, smack bang in the middle of the realm here is Godsfort. Godsfort would be an incredibly good province to also make the capital of the rivers and the hills. I mean, a lot of you guys seem quite interested in the idea of building this up into... I mean, this is the province that would be Harrenhal. This is what Harrenhal obviously takes and turns into his main castle. I think if we did that, but as a bastion against the Andal invaders, that could be very, very cool. And of course, this is a 7 holding province as well. Now, these technically count as towers, so they are... Basically, sub-holdings might be the best way to phrase it. I know certain mods, and I don't know if there are any mechanics in the base game that affect this, but there are certain things you can't build in this. Now, maybe it's the case that... It does say the Tower of Dread, which is obviously part of Harrenhal. I wonder how much they've changed it from the base Harrenhal mechanics. But I will try and take this one back. And in fact, we should probably try and take it back from this guy. So if we declare war as it is right now and just go for the de jure claim on it, we'll just make this guy a vassal. But we really don't want that. So what I'm thinking is then, unless this guy becomes ill or something, unless the current character becomes ill, I'm thinking we'll just try and fabricate claims on it for the time being. We've got 31% chance yearly. Try and take the whole thing into our domain and make this our new capital. Interesting. Winterdust just reverted back to us, but his wife is also First Man and Old Gods. Now, we can revert it to the king, what will make us a tyrant, because he has a living relative in the form of his wife. So we shall allow her to claim it. She'll get 30 opinion with us because we are designating her as successful. I think we also get the bonus for granting her a title, technically, as well. They are granting a high lordship, so we actually get a lot of bonus points for that one. We're basically guaranteeing a very powerful and loyal vassal under us there. Now, chances are, unless she remarries very quickly, could we maybe find a marriage for her? If we got a call, we can marry off to Alex, Courtier of the Rivers. I mean, he's apparently highborn. He's also not too terrible. Oh, this guy's quick. You know what? She'll say no. Oh, we want a matrilineal marriage. There we go. So she's okay with that. Just to try and hope that this dynasty will continue, we're basically setting ourselves up some... She married this old man instead. She married a 62-year-old man instead. What? I mean, the marriage AI could do with a little bit of work, I will admit. There we go. Right, that's cool. That's exactly what I was after. The hunting dog gives us another +1 health, so we might be able to see it through and actually get this ancestral sword that we're missing out on. This is interesting. I actually didn't expect this. We have the option to force vassalize certain members of, I mean, outside of our realm. He's an Andal. He is Faithful of the Seven. More importantly, he's part of the Westerlands by de jure. So we could just vassalize him and try and reduce some power elsewhere. How many people can we do this to exactly? Is it people we share a border with? Wow, it is. We take the Gold Road. That's quite significant. Okay, I might actually do that then and try and pick apart the Westerlands. I mean, it's all splintered right now, and it's shared between a load of Andal. I mean, the majority of it is going to be Andal First Man. Why don't we try and splinter it and rebuild it and give it to a loyal First Man vassal? Maybe House Reign was a good call. Let's do it. And what do we lose if we go for this? We lose 1,000 prestige. Oh, damn. So here is the choice we've got to make. Do we want to force vassalize and cost our prestige and put all of our points into the ancestral Valyrian steel basket? That actually might be better, because I'm not even sure if you can forge bloodlines in the Game of Thrones mod. You know what? We're going to get a lot of provinces if we do that. How many times could we do this, potentially? So we have to share a border with it. Obviously, we don't share a border with that because we've got impassable terrain there. So is it these guys as well? So the more we vassalize, the more we could potentially take as well. Why not? Why not? We're not only going to unify the rivers and the hills. Why don't we expand into other realms as well? Now, again, they are going to be Andal vassals. Might cause a lot of issues because we're getting a lot of Andal vassals here. But it will increase our power, and we might be able to keep them on side. And as long as we're a good, just ruler, they're not necessarily going to rebel. And if we can reform the religion soon, too. I mean, we're not exactly close to doing that. But what about Storm's End? Is that still... Oh, they flipped over. Wait, Storm's End is independent. Why? Holy shit, we should start fabricating claims on that, huh? Oh my god, I'm absolutely going to do that instead. That would be much better. So we will just force vassalize this. See if we can revoke it at some stage. Fabricate claims on Storm's End and focus on the religious side of things. Maybe even go for a full-blown reformation. We've got 32,000 men, so I have a feeling within Westeros we're probably the most powerful realm. Dawn is actually very stable. That's under an Andal kingdom. Even then, they've only got 13,000 men. What about the Reach? The Reach is all splintered apart as well. See, I mean, we are... without a shadow of a doubt, the most powerful realm within Westeros. I mean, maybe the North, but it's very unlikely as well. Yeah, again, because obviously a lot of the land is pretty bad up there. This is nice. We do control the majority of what would be eventually become the King's Land there as well. So why not? Let's flex a bit while we've got the military might to do so, because we might not always be this lucky. We might not always have a guy with 26 martial, which is going to play into this ridiculous troop count quite a lot. Let's do it. Let's go for the Gold Road then and start just capturing or moving into parts of the Westerlands. At which point, if we can unify all of this and keep it stable, we're just going to be untouchable at that stage. Force vassalization, let's do it. And how frequently can we do this? Could we also go up to these guys and launch a force vassalization at the same time? We can. Wow. It's just going to cost us 1,000 prestige per duchy. Now, if we could... I think we should take this one. Then we can take Castamere after that. And that's arguably the most powerful duchy in the Westerlands right now. So I'm going to launch both of these simultaneously. Let's raise our troops, because this is obviously more than overkill, raising all of these troops to take out these couple of guys. We'll bring them all into Riverrun, because I'm sure the Tullys would just love to host our armies for a while. We can eat all of their food and their crops, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Our vassals rebelled? Lord Paramount Lacey the Unworthy and Andal. Oh, Andal Faithful 7. What a shocker. Okay, you're doomed. We'll focus on you first. You know, oh my god. Oh god, all of our Andal vassals have rebelled. Wait. Oh my god, in defense. I didn't realize they could do that. Interesting. Okay, it shouldn't be a problem because, like I said, we are well in the most powerful province. I mean, the most powerful house ever. So why don't we send half of our armies? Why don't we send half our armies to go and tidy up these walls very quickly so we're not dragged into a very, very long period of war with potentially like the Westerlands, with potentially the Reach as well. The Septum joined against us. Oh no, my God, be careful. Ooh, I might have overstepped my bounds a little bit here. That's a lot of dukes. A lot of these guys are from within our own rounds. We've got the Vale and Dawn against us too. What about with this war? Yes, that's the Dawn and the High Septum there. This could be dangerous. I will admit I didn't consider that mechanic. Challenger has appeared. The Wolfgarth has issued an official request to try and take our position in the realm. In the society. So 234 martial or personal combat versus our 272. I think you're screwed. Boom. That is the first. So we could always try and forge a bloodline by obviously defending our position within the society too. We've got to repel 10 defenders or 10 pretenders, which is quite difficult to do. I think I've only ever done it a couple of times before with this society, but it is quite... It's quite a challenge, but it is also quite fun and a nice little way of getting an extra bloodline, which of course we would not normally have access to. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll focus these sort of 18,000 men on tidying up these walls as quickly as possible. That should be more than easy for those guys. Oh God, don't bother me about funds. My God, we need to definitely focus on this. These guys can deal with any sort of incoming armies, any other pretenders, and maybe help us out with any sort of other siege we've got to do here. So we'll put in some of our lower tier commanders on this one, and then on the ones that are actually going to be doing on the front lines, on the vanguard, fighting their armies, whatever else, we will have these guys led by our best commanders. So obviously our character, Andro and Ambrose there as well. E, A, and A, as we love to call it. Take him out. No, get out of here. I'm not giving you some nice out. Get out of here. My God, please. Just trying to go to war here, my man. And that's his troops dealt with pretty immediately. So, which we want to start with? I don't like that they have sent over 7,000 troops already. I suppose we will go for... Oh, look at that. The whole of the Westerlands have joined against us. Not really much of a shocker there at all. Let's not worry about their sieging, because their sieging isn't going to be the thing that stops us here. It's going to... Oh, they movement locked going over a river crossing into us. That's convenient. Okay. Oh, look at... Oh, no. They reinforced that other army in time. Okay, at least we've got our best commanders on this one. This is exactly why we wanted to do that. Oh, wow. Okay, this is good. So, the terrain here is hills. Now, we're going to be going into the Westlands, which is obviously quite mountainous. I think we'll go for rough terrain for our character. Let's try and also kill this guy. Hey, 10% morale. That should do it. That's going to be more than enough to crush all of these armies. Holy shit. That's a nice amount of war score. Not a huge amount, especially as most of these are just random people that have joined in. We've got to focus on the sieging, because that's the thing that's really going to stop these wars from dragging on too long. Let's deal with this rebellious vassal right here. Oh, a cart of pottery is very nice. We surrender under these terms. Absolutely you do. We'll talk about revoking your titles later on. Thank you very much. So 10,000. Again, we want to make sure we've got at least some decent commanders on this one. So Beston and Mark. And look, even though these guys are our lower tier commanders, they're still insanely good. 22, 23, 20? That's insane. So this guy can focus on taking out this duchy. We'll send these 13,000s to deal with all the sieging up here. Then we... Did I just say let her bend the knee? God damn it. Okay, you know what? It's not a problem. It's okay for now. Don't want to be dealing with internal rebellions and internal politics whilst also dealing with, basically the rest of the 7 kingdoms gunning for us. That wouldn't be too ideal. Oh my God, we got a claim on the God's Eye as well. Sure, why not? I mean, the only reason we're at war with them is obviously they've joined their fellow Andals as an ally. Sure, that gives us a good reason to go for those guys later on. Okay, you are looking a little bit dangerous there. Oh God, the attrition. Shit. Okay, let's get our guy in the center. Not that it's going to make a huge amount of difference. We might have to reinforce that. Okay, let's let them move away a little bit more, and then we'll go and try and reinforce our armies here. It's another 1,300 dealt with. Where did those troops just go? Where did that mass... Oh my God, the High Septum actually sent an army up here. This might have been a mistake. I had no idea they could call in all of the bloody 7 kingdoms all the way down to Dawn as their allies in this. So forced vassalization counts as war you can join. Normally it would say, obviously, if you were doing a holy war in the base game, it would say, you know, fellow Faith of the 7 rulers might attempt to join the war or something like that. We didn't get any warning with this one. At least I don't believe we got any warning with this one. Let's just go with some sieging. We're going to go for some risky sieging here to just try and get this done as soon as possible. We do not want to be dragged into a war of attrition when we've got this many armies we're up against. My God. Okay, 31% is not a bad start. I guess we'll just try and go for the whole duchy. Oh, that wasn't even his capital. That's fine. All right, there we go. My lord should make a fine point. He wants to be commander. You know what? Actually, you do make a fair point. Welcome aboard. Right, okay, let's take this very, very slowly. Prepare to die, scum. Who are we dueling? I have no idea who we're dueling. My hunting dog will aid me. Oh, that's cool. We get personal combat skill +5 and our dog attacks him. In a dishonorable move, Septim Narbut's animal companion viciously attacks you. Oh yeah, that was definitely dishonorable. How dare he send his animal companion after us? A man No, I feel like something bugged out there. I feel like it I feel like that was backwards. It said that he sent his animal companion after us when we sent our animal companion after him, and now he smashed our head in. Even though we have approximately 232 more personal combat than him. And by the way, we're a skilled fighter. And by the way, he's in fucking prison. He's in the dungeon. He's in the oubliette. I think this is a very legitimate reload situation. I don't think anyone should be mad if I reload with this, because this is clearly bugged out. There is, and bear in mind, I've also got the game rules are set to semi-random for duels. Dual lethality none, but that's obviously not. That's not a Orders of Chivalry one. Where is the Game of Thrones dual outcome random list low? Dual outcome will have a lower degree of randomness, e.g. a formidable warrior will have a 90% chance of winning against a trained warrior, all else being equal. Yeah, I feel like in this scenario, we should have absolutely destroyed this guy. No, I'm not a big fan of that. Let's try this again, shall we? And we've got an epic battle lined up by the looks of it, and they are at almost no morale. What? Okay, let them movement lock, and then we will kill 15,000 Andal men. My god, I feel like this is what will go down in history for, right? Here we go. 26, 25, 18 versus 16. Oh, their center has 29. Marshal, who is this beast of a man? Excuse me, I would like to... Excuse me. Lord Benefor the Bulwark of House Nestoran. What? Okay. He's knight, formidable fighter, brilliant commander. Oh god, he is a tank. We are going to try and duel Septim Randall? Okay, fine. 141 personal combat. This seems a bit more reasonable. Prepare to die, scum. And this guy's fleeing from us, which should tell you everything you need to know about that last duel. Maybe being a little bit bullshit there. Okay, good luck, team. Come on, this is going to be close. Oh, another Septim. We'll kill them all. We'll kill them all. Run back to the high tower. This guy's offering to train us midway through combat. Thank you. Oh, God, that was close. Wow, we lost our center there. That was a really, really, really dangerous battle. In fact, it was such a dangerous battle, we've lost all our bloody armies. Shit. Right then, that's a problem. Turns out trying to fight all 7 of the kingdoms at once is a little bit risky, huh? Oh my god, how are we going to deal with this now? Hire some troops? Hire some troops. What's our monthly balance? Actually good enough to be able to hire these guys. God damn, I want to get the... I think if we hunt those guys, we might just be able to do it and get these guys to reinforce just as quickly as possible. This is going to be hard fought. This is going to be hard fought. Our center has just immediately fallen to this absolute beast of a man on the center. Oh, I thought we were going to face the High Septon then. That's a shame. You pursue but lose track of him in the chaos. That would have been an awesome guy to slay on the battlefield. I'm going to keep chasing them. I'm going to keep chasing them here. I'm thinking we put some of these more higher morale troops on this side. In fact, auto balance it. Oh, that's apparently auto balance, but it's clearly not because I just moved all this shit. I just moved all that shit around, my man. Okay, I think we put Emmon on a reinforced on the flank with the more morale. That way he'll last longer in battle, and he should get some better battle tactics from this instead. Right, okay, keep chasing them while they're at low morale, because that's the only way we're ever going to be able to defeat this army while we're waiting for the... Oh, God, other guys to reinforce. Where are they? Run! Run, you fools. I've bitten off way more than I can chew. But that also means, how the hell are we ever going to be able to expand ever? This is crazy. Okay, run back to Golden Tooth. There we go. Oh my god, did we actually annihilate those troops? Oh, good work. I think that's the end of it. Oh, shit. Right, okay, we are going to actually flee a little bit here. Let's see if we can meet our reinforcements at Riverrun, and then we'll come back round and hopefully stomp them. Wow, this is going to be a very hard-fought war. Okay, the armies have merged. Now, let's go back down here and see if we can maybe take them over a river crossing or something like that instead. 16,000. Fuck. I wasn't expecting everybody from the Vale to Dawn to join this bloody war for a single duchy in the Westerlands, I'll be frank. But now we know that this is a thing. I almost want to white piece him. I hate to say it. I almost want to white piece him because I feel like we're going to get our ass handed to us here. Okay. 16,000. Is that maybe that might be the bulk of their forces, though. I don't know what we can do. I honestly don't know what we can do. We can hire some more troops. I don't think we can afford it. Oh, we can? Wait, monthly cost 0.6. What the fuck? Those are cheap. Wow, okay. Welcome all. There's another 3,000. Right, so pull back until we've got all of our reinforcements together. Okay, so on the plus side, though, it's not like we're going to lose these wars for a long time. So let's not be so hasty about maybe white piecing or anything like that. So I'll give our troops time to reinforce. We can afford to keep these mercenaries raised as long as we want, because we're still in profit. Are splitting their armies. They've got some weird tactics going on here. Okay, maybe we could rush down the siege and actually end this war. This is a bold strategy, Cotton, that I don't think is going to pay off. But you know what? I'm going to risk it. Let's just go for it while they are apparently just standing around menacingly. They're trying to, I guess, siege some stuff. But if we take all of his provinces, that's it. We're done. My God, the attrition here is stifling. Mountains, plus 10% because of the mountains. Right, okay. So let's sit here. Let's build a fort to start off with. Let's just see if we can knock this down before they come for us. They're assaulting, which to me is good news, because that means they're just throwing away their troops. Now, it's this war that actually they're gaining war score for, because it's Dawn. Although Dawn is also part of this one, right? I don't know why they're gaining war score for this one, but not the other one. I guess it's because they've joined both wars, and maybe this one takes priority. No idea why. But this is giving us the sort of little advantage we need. It might not seem like much, but it's giving us a very, very small advantage that we can try and push. Wow, where the hell did you guys come from? Okay, can we escape? We can't escape. I guess this is where we die then, because there's no way in hell we're going to beat a 15,000 stack. Assault it down and pray? Okay, not a chance. Although, we have much better commanders than them. Okay, come on. I believe. Faith in the old gods and all that. Focus on the, what have we got? We've got a fair amount of light foot. We also have a fair amount of cavalry, though. Oh, yeah, okay. We do have a fair amount of cavalry. Almost as much as we have light foot. Well, that's not true at all, but cavalry is obviously way more impactful. Fuck it, let's focus on cavalry then. Do it. Come on. I believe. Hold the center. Hold the center. I feel like the center is failing. White piece? Are you up for a white piece? You up for a white piece, baby? My God, I don't know how the hell we're going to expand at all then. If they can just join any fellow wars like that, that's absurd. Tax concessions, yeah, whatever. Fuck. Yeah, no, this war we're not going to be able to win. I have to surrender and give them the 308 gold. Man, this sucks. I don't know if they can just join a war from the other side of it's like almost having permanent... It's almost like having permanent defensive pacts enabled, you know? And we have no way to get... We have no advantage against them like they have against us. We couldn't call in our fellow first men against the invasion that's been launched against all the many Andal landings. This is so fucking one-sided. Come on. Oh, that's nice, though. On the plus side, House Mud has ruled in the Kingdom of the Rivers and the Hills for many generations. In its time, our bloodline has become respected. House Mud is considered the traditional great house of the rivers and the hills. Oh my God, so our guy actually did kind of get a bloodline, huh? Oh no, we just got that one again. Very weird. Okay, I think I said this last time too. I think we've had that event twice now. But there we go, wars are over. We lost about 300 gold overall, but... I don't know. I think we're going to have to go back to the drawing board then. I thought that that's what we could do is quickly try and grab as much as possible. Unless there is a way around it. It's a little bit scummy, but there is a way around it. We could just hire a shitload of mercenaries. We could stand them so they're a day away from the capital, the place we're trying to siege down. What the hell is that? 90? Okay. We could just sit them a day away, declare the war, immediately move in and assault down absolutely everything with siege leaders. Maybe specifically go for siege leaders. Maybe see if we can get from the society. And then just pray that we get lucky. Because otherwise we're going to have every bloody Andal from Dawn to probably Andalos as well coming over here and kicking our ass. See, Mix had some more kids. Harris Stark and Winton Stark. Nice. We basically single-handedly resurrected the Stark dynasty here. More importantly... I'm sorry, what? Lord Rickon Scatterbrain of Winterfell? Our grandson is the Lord of Winterfell? What the fuck? Okay. I mean, that's worked out pretty goddamn well, huh? My God, we've actually put a start back in Winterfell. Oh, wow. Okay. The ancient Valyrian religion has attained power. Rather than abandoning the old ways, High Stormsinger Valerion Ondarian and the most powerful Stormsinger have decided to reform the Valyrian faith. What does that do for them? They are still barbarians. Look at that. Reform Valyrian gods. Holy shit. So they chose... how about a secular ruler that can be destroyed? Oh, so he's named himself head of... There you go. High Stormsinger Valerion Ondarian. There's also high... do not receive short penalty. So Valyrian divine family, syncretic faiths, and blood magics are practiced by the religion. So he chose his religious feature. That's just the Valyrian religious feature there, where they get all sorts of crazy stuff. Wow, that's nice. That's a really, really cool religion. Look at that. National vote is minus 2%. Good work. Actually, that might be a good thing, given that we might have to fight them one day. Oh my God, my daughter Shale had a son. Powerful? Oh, that's good. Okay, struggle, and you know what? We'll educate them ourselves. Why the hell not? That's a really, really good potential future heir we've got there. Powerful is obviously very, very nice. I think our son has that, doesn't he? Or his wife has that? Right, so there's a chance of their kid also being powerful, and she is Pergonant now, so we might have a future powerful heir. Skip the dual engine. I feel like we're going to be good no matter what. So what are we up to right now? I should have really checked how many we defeated, because this bloodline is still very much on the table. Daughter called Leslin. Okay, that's not particularly useful then. What have we got then? What have we not had? Have we had just dirt? Have we had just dirt, mud? Let's go Princess Dirt. Oh, God. Oh my god, they've taken the Iron Islands too. Is nowhere sacred. The arrival of the Andals in Westeros has hastened the decline of the Iron Islands, for unlike the first men, the Andals are fearless seamen with with longships of their own as swift and seaworthy as any the Ironborn could build. They too have taken the bloody Iron Islands. I don't think we can stop them. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we can stop them. They have a ridiculous amount of troops and they can apparently all join each other's bloody wars. This is unreal. This is going to be a hell of a challenge. We're going to have to leave it here for today as well. I apologize that the progress has been somewhat stale, but I wasn't expecting, like I said, to fight everybody from the Vale to Dawn. Makes our wars a lot more difficult. We are going to have to rely on mercenaries. I feel like it's so underhanded, but there's no other way, really, we can get around it. Unless there was a way we could call in our own, like, first man. Even our own vassals don't really help out too much either. This is going to be an incredibly... This might be, honestly, the hardest campaign we've ever decided to do in this. In the meantime, though, thank you all for watching. Let's give a... Oh my god, that's extreme darkness again. Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who made this series possible in the first place, the people who make YouTube still viable in 2019. And those people are Aiden W, Alchemia, Anthony Gawley, Suna Kirito, Atmos, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hofflin, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Doolin of Gondolin, Facundo Vasquez, Ghost of Protocol, Gogula, Sarik, Jimbo, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Kanan Carter, Michael Mullen, My Name Isn't Dio, Muskratful, Napuscus Number 1, Necrofin, and Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Richard Clark, Scott, Skaz, Smeg Mustaine, Somnus, The Forsaken One, T-Bag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Bacchus, Void Prince Kibo, William Green, and Zazzy 7011. Sorry, I'm very slowly losing my voice. I've been recording some other videos as well today, which I'm sure have gone live by now. The other game that Paradox have recently announced did a preview video for that, and my voice at this stage is blown. So I apologize if this episode sounded a little bit unlike regular old episodes. And a thank you as well has to go out to Uwu Daddy, Asaro, and in person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anka, Attila, Austin Taylor, Bordoom, Ben Troke, Boengun, Betmas Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Chris, Corey CA, David Van Diepen, Don, Don217, Emerald Beam, Exploded Knees, Gaz, Genji Zerka, Gothamo, Grey, Hashidama, Icarus, Ice the Grey, Idacy, J Lara, Jacob Wolfie, James Barnes, James Shea, Jason Sushu, Jose, Johan DeVries, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Ear, Justin Plott, Justin Walters, Luana Thomas, Luke Wallace, Mastolp, Monty, Mosi Sampson, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindberg, Nostrus, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pan Samu, Pantherpel, Payback 137, Peyton Densar, Russian Oligarch, Billionaire, Brian Hooper, Sagittaire, Sam Keir, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Soycrates, Super Nanny 089, The Insane Pickle, The One Ring, Veloncry, Varagon, Voodoo Mumbo, Will Wade, Wolfson Wolfie Yorker, Zach, and CK2. My god, my voice needs a break. Thank you all for watching. See you guys all tomorrow for, hopefully, some forward progress.